Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, the CPV23, and I'm here to give my NBA playoff predictions and what's going to happen throughout the season. There's a couple of things that I told buddies about. I haven't really put it on the internet, so I don't really count it. But I put my boys up on game on what I think is going to happen. That was right around the NBA draft. This year now it's going to be more about who I think is going to win the NBA Finals and breaking down who will be in the playoffs this year versus who won't be. You guys remember this video because I want you guys to laugh in my face if I'm wrong, which I highly doubt I'm going to be wrong on this one. Right now, I'm going to start off with the new teams that I think is going to make the playoffs and the reasons why. For the West, I think Memphis has a chance to get into the playoffs. They wouldn't grab Iverson. Their team is another year experience. OJ Mayo, guys like that, Rudy Gay. So I think that they got a strong possibility of making the playoffs in the West. Maybe 8 seed, 7 seed even. Considering the fact that Houston lost Yao Ming for the season, T-Mac is always on and off. You don't know what you're going to get out of him. And the addition of Trevor Ariza, who I think is a downgrade with Artest being gone. Aaron Brooks, I think he will have a decent season this year. He will average about 18 plus a game. But Memphis, like I said, definitely going to be a playoff team this year, I think. No questions asked, pretty much. In the East, I'm taking the Pistons out of the playoff hunt this year, considering the fact of how they got their asses whooped this year by Cleveland. I mean, they beat them like they stole something out their backyard. So I'm definitely going to take the Pistons out of this, and I'm going to replace them this year with Indiana. I like Danny Granger. He's going to have a breakout season. I think this is going to be an all-star year for him. And Danny Granger, he's definitely the truth. You guys don't know about him, you guys are missing out. Watch some Indiana games this year. Get the NBA league pass. He's going to show a lot of promise. And the Bulls, I think they're going to fall apart with the. I don't know why they let Ben Gordon leave. I don't know how they let him get out of there. Ben Gordon was their best player, and he showed his fucking ass against the Boston Celtics in the first round of playoffs. He showed his ass. He straight mooned. So he mooned the Celtics. He whooped some ass. That he hit some threes, that unbelievable shots that he's crazy. And UConn, he's crazy. All right. The reason why they won the national title there, him and Omeka Okafor. But the Pistons showed me. The reason why I'm taking them out of this is because they showed me they're not even looking to go in a different direction. They kept Lindsey Hunter. No, hell no. You guys kept that 59-year-old guy. You guys definitely looking to stay either in the same spot you are, or definitely going to be headed out of the playoff picture until you guys make some moves there. I'm replacing them with the Bobcats. I think the Bobcats, hey, they swept the Lakers last year, and if you want to, give them credit for that. I mean, the Lakers are the champs. The Bobcats beat them twice. The Bobcats beat some pretty damn good teams last year, and I think the Bobcats are ready, and they have a great coach. I mean, he's a coach that likes to build teams and then leave, but he's a great coach, and I think he's going to give them a lot of guidance. He's a hard-nosed coach. He gets in your ass on the defensive end. They're definitely going to be in the playoff hunt, 7, 8 seed. So I'm taking Indiana and Charlotte to make the playoffs this year, barring injuries. I wanted to stick New York in there, but they always disappoint me. Every season they disappoint me. Now, in the West, people are not talking about Portland. I think they're flying under the radar. I think Portland has a big shot of beating the Lakers in an upset this year. Don't count them out, because everybody knows when the Lakers go to Portland, it's a problem. And they showed it last season in the regular season. And when you go to Portland, you might be in trouble. And if Brandon Roy plays anything like he played this year in the playoffs, he schooled Ron Artest in the playoffs. You guys didn't see that against the Rockets? Him, LaMarcus Aldridge, they went off. I'm talking about, they showed, you talking about showing some ass. They showed some ass in that series. And Ron Artest was guarding Brandon Roy, and Brandon Roy was putting up 40 on him. So you tell me. Portland is definitely ready this year. After losing to Houston, Yao Ming had a big series against them, but they're for real. They're definitely here to stay. I think Denver, Utah, they're all going to stay the same, pretty much. Utah might fall apart this year, and you might be able to stick another Western team in there. I was gonna stick the Clippers in there. I'm a Clipper fan. I was gonna stick them in there, but the Blake Griffin injury and the coach, Dunleavy's still a Clipper coach. So as long as he's the coach of the Clippers, as long as Sterling's the owner of the Clippers, they're not going anywhere. In the East, I think the Cavaliers have a strong team. This team might be the team to win the finals this year. They grabbed Shaq, Leon Poe from the Celtics. They grabbed Anthony Parker from the Raptors, Jamario Moon. I mean, these guys are loaded for bear, and Ilgauskas and Shaq. Now, Ilgauskas to me, now, don't get me wrong, I called him a bum on my last video, but now he's playing behind Shaq. So you might, Ilgauskas off the bench is what you want. A big 7 foot plus big man. I mean, and if he can ice that 15 footer that he can do in the regular season in the playoffs, if he can do it in the playoffs, look out. Cleveland might be the team to take over the East. But you got to remember, Boston just picked up Rasheed a couple of months ago. But they did let Leon Poe go. But I mean, the bottom line is they still have, I think, the two best point guard, starting point guard, reserve point guard in the league. To me, I think that's the best 1-2 punch you can ever come with, and that's Rajon Rondo and Eddie House. The Lightning and Thunder to me. Rajon can get to the hole. He plays D. He gets the ball to his teammates. It's one of my hoes calling. Probably yours. But I'll get you your girl later. No, I'm fucking with you. Eddie House. He hits those threes in pivotal parts of the game. And trust me, James Posey is still he's still gone. So Boston, you know, they did fall down, but I think they're still an Eastern Conference threat. People are pretty much touting Orlando because they grabbed Vince. Remember, they let Turkoglu go. Who punked? You know, he punked out in the playoffs, but you know, Turkoglu. They let Lee go, and Lee, to me, I thought was getting raped by Kobe Bryant. I thought he literally just, you know, bent over and gave it to Kobe. And they still got Peters. So Orlando's decent, and I think Orlando's going to be a third seed, obviously. But to me, I don't think they're going to give Cleveland or Boston any kind of help. My picks of the NBA Finals are going to be Cleveland versus LA or Portland. And I'm 50-50 hands in the air against the Lakers in Portland, because I think Portland can honestly beat the Lakers. They have the tools. They have the coach. Nate McMillan's a damn good coach. You guys don't know about Nate McMillan. He gets up in his players' face. He doesn't take no shit. So I like Portland in that series. Very good young team. Younger than the Lakers and faster than the Lakers. And if Fernandez and Martell Webster, Travis Outlaw, LaMarcus Aldridge is a monster. He showed in the Houston series that he is a fucking monster. Look out. Houston might kick the Lakers' ass this year. It will be a damn good series to watch. I don't want to see the Lakers go against Denver, because that'll be just another episode of Good Times. We've seen it already. Ass whooping, pretty much. If the Lakers have to play against Denver again, I like Carmelo, but Portland's the team. So right now I'm taking Cleveland to win the whole thing, and I know you guys are probably gonna laugh at me because you know what happened last season, but I mean, come on. Cleveland did LeBron. It was LeBron versus whoever they played against. Whether it was Atlanta, Detroit, it was LeBron versus them. Mo Williams, if he plays any way like he played in the regular season last season, if he plays like that in the playoffs this year, Cleveland's gonna walk through the East. They're gonna walk. I think Mo Williams is the reason that, I mean, Delonte West showed heart in the playoffs, so I'm not going to criticize Delonte, but it's got to be between Mo Williams, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Daniel Gibson, and then that addition of Jamario Moon and Anthony Parker. I think those are excellent pickups. Leon Poe is a dog off the bench who has championship experience. I'm taking Cleveland. If you guys agree with me, leave comments and holla at me. Peace. CPB23.